love that question.
Yeah. All right, we move.
Jared.
Big
baby.
Big baby. Literally. So he's spoken about what he did. Let's see if I can read the quote. It's mad still because when I read this quote, I think, bro, do you remember what you did? Where is it now? Where is it? Here it is. Here, Jared Anderson on his recent car chase arrest.
Yeah,
I'm 24. Everybody makes mistakes. It's not going to be my last mistake. Hope it's not your last car chase.
Hope it's not. Hope it's not the same last mistake like this.
Yeah. It's not going to be my last mistake. I hope it's my last mistake that involves me being arrested. Okay. I wouldn't say I regret it. Lesson learned. I tried to live my life with no regrets. It's not really gonna derail my career. It's just an eye opener to make me push harder, brother. You see, when I think there's times where you get to say statements like that. Yeah. This as an active fighter, yeah, talking about a car chase and not regretting it and stuff. You should never have been. This is not the alignment. Like when John Morant is in the car with a gun, it's like, what would you do that for? Yeah. It's weird. And say, oh, I get it. Like gun laws in America, everyone can hold guns. It's silly though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm John Morant. I shouldn't have that on me. Yeah. You as a real boxer, yeah, because this is beyond drama, bro. This is a car chase, bro. You know what a crash could do because you're not in full control. This is not a movie where they say cut and this, that, and the other. Things are getting out of your way. Stunt drivers and that, bro. You were at risk. So even when he talks about regretting this and that, you saw what happened to Errol. Do you know what I'm saying in his car incident? This is madness. What was your thoughts, man? Anyway, he said he's back. He said he's not regretting it. He's learned from it. And this is the same guy that we saw crying to who was the fighter? To Roy Jones.
Honestly, I when that crying thing happened, I had a flag. There's a flag on the play for me. And not because male emotion does that. It's a flag where I say your mental stability at that age, I'm concerned. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that age, where's he at? 23 when he was crying and saying all that? No, but he's like 23 when he was having and I remember just thinking, they have this thing about, your brain is not fully formed until you're 25. And there's like all these different things and decision-making things that happen. And that's usually from that point onwards when you start to see wise decisions and da-da-da-da. That post-25 part, pre-25 part is usually when you're the most wild, rambunctious. You're so like, the concept of your mortality, don't talk to me about that. Yes. Pardon me, we're going that way. That is there. So when I look at this guy at 23 crying and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm like, something says to me, this is not the mind of a fighter. Like, in the concept of the grand scheme of life, you might be just on a decent scale of what you could be like as a rounded person. Fair enough. But in terms of a fighter in this arena, I don't know that you're really built for this. So when I see this now that follows that, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking to myself, now you're following that makes sense for you. And I don't know if you have a great future in it. I don't have him in my mind as a prospect now. And that might be harsh, but I'm not looking for him anymore.
And he was almost the main prospect to the heavyweight division when you're talking about who's
savior, the US savior.
The US savior. But that's the problem. I think the pressure to be the US savior is a lot. The pressure to be the US savior, because even when they do it in boxing, these guys are like choosing other careers. Like, why go for boxing when you can be a NFL player? Why go for boxing when you can play basketball? Why go for boxing? There's so much in America you can choose to do, then go down this route. You know what I mean? So you've chosen this route to say, we're gonna put America back on the map because it's long term been with like Europe.
It's too big.
And
it's too big.
Like, yes, and them tears there just said to me, either did I choose boxing or was it a family member that said this is what we should be doing now? Because like he wanted to get his whole family, save the whole family. And I get, because that is a thing of everyone, like, well, in our community, we all talk about wanting to buy our parents' houses. That's a big part. Like, you feel like you made it once you bought your parents a house, you know? Yeah. So I don't know if he's just so young, all that pressure, But then he says he's learned from it. Hopefully, this situation has been a wake-up call. But then the ring, you will learn about him in the ring. And even when Henry speaks and says he would love to see a Coley fighting, what do you call it? Jared.
Jared, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he'd like to see these two fight. Now, all of a sudden, before I never would have said I wanted to see that. I would have said, why are you putting a Coley in there like that? But then I get the cracks and stuff. Yeah, I would like to see it too. You know what I mean? It's almost, you make yourself more, because there was a time when we're saying that this is going to be the most dangerous youngster coming out of the game. Now, I fancy Dubois versus him.
Yeah.
I fancy he's like, now, if they announced it, Dubois versus Jared.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's go.
I agree. And that's the thing. It's the fighter mindset. It's not supposed to be, it's not like anybody else. The fighters who are professional fighters that love, they're not like us. They're nothing like us, bro. They are wired differently. And the fact that you're talking about you're going to retire at this age and and it's like, that's like, what, 3 years? Like, you're really not really planning to be here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.